Hello and welcome again to a brand new episode of Slippery Slopes podcast, and thank you for joining us today. And today we have a very special topic with us.
Special.
Yeah, a topic which has the world's attention at the moment, and it is very important for us as well to discuss about it and spread awareness about it. And the topic is it is boom, and it is Afghanistan and Taliban. I mean, what ruckus has been created on the world political scene, world, whatever you call it, military scene. What has happened? I mean,
Mr. Joe Biden, Grandpa, what have you done?
Exactly. I mean, Joe Biden had a lot with Taliban taking over Afghanistan, and here's it how. So Taliban has access to US military equipment, fine US military equipment worth 85 million.
Something like that.
85 billion dollars. 85 billion. Now I'm not talking about a million, it's billion with a B. They have access to it. And how did they got access to it? All thanks to Mr. Joe Biden.
I mean,
it's funny. It's very funny.
So Donald Trump basically came up. So first of all, 9/11 happens 2001. US sends its troops to Afghanistan. Hunt down Osama. They want revenge. They want basically to never make sure this never happens again. Sure, Bush sends them in. Then comes another president. Then comes Obama. Obama again. They're continuously having war. So many lives lost. Donald Trump basically said during the last phase of his tenure that okay, this ends. We are getting out. He signs a peace deal with the Taliban. Says, भाई हम बाहर जा रहे हैं, हमें परेशान मत करना आगे के बाद, एंड कोई टेररिस्ट एक्टिविटी नहीं होनी चाहिए इन द लैंड ऑफ अफगानिस्तान, एंड यू वोंट अलाउ एनीवन एल्स आल्सो टू डू द सेम, एंड वी आर कूल, यू कैन वी आर लीविंग, वी डोंट वांट एनी ऑफ दिस. ओके,
fair enough.
So this was the start of people in Afghanistan who were feeling like they were being betrayed, like they were relying on the US military. But then US military leaving was like a sure kind of a notice that eventually Taliban will take over them. And so they were obviously sad. And they were hoping that if there is a change in the presidency, Joe Biden wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Joe Biden would not just come out of the country. They would support them, they would have the support. Joe Biden turned a car. Joe Biden was like, fuck you. Joe Biden said, we're doing this worse than what Donald Trump would have done. Get out now.
And leave all your guns and ammunitions behind. Just leave. That was the initial order, and that was what was followed in Afghanistan. So they left their choppers, American. So, everybody lost, but only Lockheed Martin won.
Yeah.
Boeing won, Lockheed Martin won.
Yeah, so also Joe Biden said like just recently that we were not there for nation building.
Yeah.
Right? We were there to kill Osama, and we were there to take avenge the loss that we had occurred. We were not there to nation build. You were there for 20 years.
Yeah.
Osama was killed 10 years ago. You were the vice president.
I mean, Joe Biden has literally turned down the entire left wing. I mean, he literally turned down the entire left wing because of what he did in Afghanistan. And I do feel Joe Biden has an aging problem with himself.
Of course he does.
I mean, he forgets when he
speaks.
He puts his head down.
Heads down. He doesn't know what to say. So, forgets. Only reads when there's a teleprompter. I mean, he has a problem. But like, so, I mean, all I do is watch Vice documentaries at this point. सिर्फ वही cover कर रहे हैं इसको. So this notion that Afghanistan military, he said like we wanted to support them, but he was like that we couldn't do anything about somebody who didn't want to fight.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the worst thing you could say, because Afghanistan army clearly wants to fight.
Yeah.
But they just lack the sheer number. They just lack equipment. They lack leadership.
Yeah.
And that is why they lost. Vice just released a video yesterday or day before yesterday, the fall of Kandahar, or how do you say the name? Kandahar. And yeah, they were covering it with the Afghani military, and eventually they had to sign a deal and like admit their loss to the Taliban in exchange of the soldiers would get an out.
Yeah.
So what do? I mean, they're trying to fight, but they just can't fight.
Yeah. I mean, we also saw a twin bomb blast in Kabul,
By ISIS.
Yeah, by ISIS. I mean, ISIS, Taliban, I guess they are sister organizations within each other. They have the same
ISIS
motive.
is like the big daddy of Taliban.
They're like the religious extremists.
Yeah, big daddy. I mean, Taliban would turn into an ISIA. I mean, if ISIS is Islamic State in Syria, then Taliban would become Islamic State in Afghanistan. So,
so it's like that. So a lot of US lawmakers are demanding Joe Biden to resign from his presidency because 15 American soldiers died in the attack.
Not to mention Dennis Siddiqui just died last month due to Taliban. He was the Indian photographer that was there with Reuters, and they killed him specifically. I mean, it was said that he died in an accident, but no, they hunted him down. They knew who he was and then killed him. So,
and also 70 plus civilians also died in the twin bomb blast, and it's pretty sad to see when Taliban has access to $85 billion worth of equipment. I mean, how sad it can be when we also got to know that US military was sharing sensitive data with Taliban during the transition
lots of meetings in Doha. Lots of meetings in Doha
during evacuation. So this data had information of Afghanis who were fighting against Taliban.
Yeah, of course.
So I mean, they all are compromised. I mean, not only on their lives, but I mean, you'll not get to see a new revolution.
Yeah,
did Joe Biden kill a new revolution within Afghani people?
I think so. Taking over Afghanistan is a very interesting topic.
Yeah.
So we'll go there, but I just wanted to talk about that video. Have you seen that video? Someone giving their baby to
across
military.
Yeah,
oh my God. Have you seen something more sad than that?
That is so sad.
Because the life is worse here. So just go there. I mean,
the mother threw the kid across the barbed wire fencing.
What can be more sad than that?
Because she wanted a better life for her kid.
Yeah, and I'm sure that kid would get a better life than in Afghanistan.
I mean, if he survives,
Of course, he would now survive. I mean, he's in the hands of the UK military, so.
I mean, Boris Johnson, it's up to you, man. Take good care of that kid.
Yeah, I mean, he'll grow up in, I don't know, South Hall or Birmingham or something.
In the streets of Punjabi.
Yeah, he's a Leicester fan in the future. What do I say?
Yeah, so it will work out eventually that way. So it's pretty.
Another Uber driver in the books.
Yes. when that Kada's got a locked in on that steering wheel.
There's no accidents happening.
Man, there's no way that Uber's gonna crash anyway. So talking about again the international stage on what Taliban has done. I mean, the recent statement by Taliban is that Pakistan is our second home.
It is.
No, Taliban officially gave out a statement.
I mean,
we all knew this.
Surprise.
How bad is this for Pakistan to still be a part of UNGA? I mean, they're still part of...
I don't think they have an option. Taliban would take over Pakistan just like that.
I mean, isn't that a problem for India? I mean, they can use Pakistan as a base and to plant, for Southern Asia.
The good thing with India is that India has a lot of diplomatic relations.
Yeah.
Russia is India's friend, and ironically, US is also India's friend. Israel is also India's friend.
Is this because of the current government regime?
I think it's
because we never saw this before 2014.
Built with, I mean, see, if you compare Pakistan and India, over the years, India is obviously the more diplomatically friendly. Of course, Narendra Modi has helped. Definitely.
Yeah, he's boosted. He's acted as a catalyst.
Definitely. So I don't think
in these things.
Even if China supports the Taliban,
yeah,
and Taliban wants to enter here,
China won't never support. I mean, look at Uyghurs, man.
China have taken interest in Afghanistan.
They have taken interest in Afghanistan, but look at what they're doing with
Uyghur
Muslims.
I mean, so China has taken interest in Pakistan. Pakistan says nothing about the Uyghurs. Pakistan says absolutely nothing about the Uyghurs. So, I mean, they don't matter unless the business interest is fulfilled. I mean, we should at this point agree to the fact that Uyghurs don't matter as long as the money comes in.
Baap bada na bhaiya, sabse bada rupaiya.
Exactly. I mean, Pakistan could have said something about the Uyghurs. It's the Islamic Republic of Pakistan.
Mat maro.
But no one says anything.
Yeah,
Taliban would not say a word. It's the Islamic Sharia law, but they wouldn't give a damn about the Uyghurs. They wouldn't give a damn. I mean, so much for the Islamic rule. It's the Sharia law. So much for that. I have a diplomatic relationship with China out of all people.
Yeah. But no, coming to the point that, you know, one thing I also wanted to put a big highlight on, that rescue flights were also sent by Indian government to rescue people.
Some of the one was stopped during the bomb blast.
Yeah, right? One was stopped during the bomb blast, and I guess 3 flights in total were sent.
I know.
With capacity of 150 each.
Yeah, some 100 Indians are still.
Yeah, they're there.
Due to the bomb blast, I saw.
They got stuck there. But again, Indian government is again opening their arms.
Every government is at this point.
For people to take refuge in India. Now, here comes the big question. Right. So not every government, you don't see any flight going to Pakistan for refuge, or that's one thing.
Would you take refuge in Pakistan?
Nobody would take refuge in Pakistan.
Okay, I'm in hell. Let's go to that well then and die there.
No, so nobody would take. Yeah, people were going to Kyrgyzstan for refuge, Uzbekistan for refuge, the UK for refuge. They skipped Pakistan. They came to India. They just skipped.
Germany as well.
I just want to say this one thing, that there were a lot of people that were pointing out fingers on our current government being xenophobic. That during CAA protests.
No, that was something else. I mean, they're not coming under CAA at this point.
At this point, they aren't.
This is an emergency. This is like
people duly said that our current government is, you know, compared with Adolf Hitler's Third Reich.
Yeah, so the problem with the CAA was that it specifically left out one religion in the document.
Guess who the refugees are?
And they didn't specifically mention that we are going to bring in oppressed communities in the law, in the paper.
I just want to say who the refugees are.
I mean, at this point, all of them. It doesn't matter.
They are giving out interviews at the Indira Gandhi airport.
At this point, the refugees, I mean, Indians, as Indian, the Indian government is interested in the Indian citizens living in Afghanistan or Afghani Sikhs, Afghani Hindus.
Yeah.
There are Afghani Hindus.
Yeah, there are.
So, of course, that is the interest because they have relations in India. So, it's obvious that we'll take care of them. If there's an Afghani British, the UK would take care of them. I don't know if there has been an evacuation of Afghani Muslims as well, who had relations in India.
I guess Afghanis are Islamic.
No, but like who had heritage back in India. So like a father born in India but they live in Afghanistan or something like that. I don't know
about that, but my college has a lot of Afghani people coming in India for refuge. I mean, 5 to 6 people are from my current batch. Then there were some people from a batch younger than me. You know,
so like parents born in Afghanistan or like parents born in India, now
totally
they're living
Afghani people. They were enrolled in my university. They came
as foreign students. I have one in my class as well. And I know I reached out to him actually in the days before. Very absurd thing that happened that day. The thing that the day when the Taliban entered Kabul. Like they were saying that they're waiting on the outskirts.
Yeah.
They'll wait for the army to go out and then they'll enter Kabul. But they did it anyway on the same day. So in the morning, the guy was attending class, and I was discussing amongst like my circle, like
Peers,
if Taliban was sitting in Noida right now. And they said that they're going to enter Delhi very soon. Attending class is the last thing I would do in my life. I mean, what is happening?
A pen is mightier than a sword.
Yeah, I mean, seriously.
You might gotta make those accounts.
And then I reached out to him. I was like, man, stay safe. I mean, what can I say to him? His reality is so different
and absurd
that like these Toyota Tacomas with Afghani people with AK-47s in their hands just enter the city and take over, like,
and playing bumper cars.
Yeah, they're going to arcade.
They're going to the gym.
They're going to gym and doing something else only. One thing is for sure, Taliban doesn't know how to use gym equipment. This I found out for sure.
I mean, those are the people that never had a childhood. So what do you expect from them?
He was doing the thing backwards, man. He was riding a bicycle backwards. What the fuck was he doing? So absurd version of reality these guys are having right now.
So there are a lot of countries taking Afghanis as refuge, and there were people that tied themselves up to the gear, landing gear of an airplane.
That flight that took away 680 Afghanis.
Yeah,
that big US flight that landed in Qatar. So there were reports that some dead bodies were found in the
flight
tire. In the tire
landing gear.
In the landing
gear. And two fell off.
Like they sat on the roof as if it was a bus tour.
Yeah.
Like they just sit like Tom on top of the plane.
It's miserable, man. I mean, what these people are doing for just to see another day.
Can you imagine being in a situation that you agree in your senses to sit on the roof of a plane like John McClane in Die Hard to flee your own city?
That's ridiculous, man. To tie yourself to the landing gear and eventually crushing yourself when the
like Tom in Tom and Jerry.
Yeah, I mean that's so sad. One of the members who fell
like
off,
a fucking cartoon.
One of the guy who fell off from the plane when two dead bodies. That video was very popular, and he was national football player from Afghanistan national football team. I mean, how sad is that?
So when doomsday arrives, what do?
You just
imagine being the 680th person who entered that plane. Like imagine being that person.
Last person.
Like imagine being the door closes and you're the last person in that flight.
You might had your family right outside.
Like
and seeing them for the last time and starting, I don't know, even if Qatar is taking them as refugees, I don't know.
I'm sure Qatar is taking them because see, Doha, Qatar, these places have alliances with US. They have US has air bases in Qatar, Doha. These are modern places. I mean, they're full-fledged cities, businesses going on. You can say they're capitalistic.
World Cup's gonna happen soon in Qatar.
Yeah, so they're capitalistic. I mean,
in
nature. So I wonder how these places are functioning so well under like the surrounding elements that they have, like Iran, like Afghanistan, like Saudi Arabia,
Israel.
So Israel functions like something else only. Israel, so
I'm not saying Israel is
the Salman Bhai of the Middle East.
Israel isn't the problem here, but the functioning of Israel is a bit of a problem. They keep having missiles falling on them and they keep shooting them in the mid-air. And that's a different kind of. But the interesting part was this video I watched that nobody ever has able to conquer Afghanistan in the history of the world. Wow.
So Alexander tried, failed. Then Genghis Khan tried, failed.
Wow.
British tried 3 times, they failed. Russia tried, they failed. America tried, they failed.
And why is that? I mean, is it the geography of Afghanistan?
So, yeah, it's the geography as well as some reasons. So basically, Afghanistan has so many mountains.
Yeah.
The Hindu Kush range, ranging from the Himalayas, going to Pakistan and then going to Afghanistan. So the Hindu Kush range is like all over Afghanistan. So the cities that settle down are just far away, disconnected from each other. There's like absurd mountains in between. So a conqueror or a ruler, first of all, has struggle fighting with the enemy, because these Afghanis have legs like fucking trunks, and they fight like the famous Osama cave fighting, like hide in the caves, then shoot and hide in the caves. So first of all that. So they can't even fight them because they hunt them down from below. But then if you have one city under control, the other city doesn't even know you're here. They're living their life. So Afghani cities have different cultures only. Like two different separate countries, if you would imagine that. So two cities in Afghanistan would have totally different cultures, totally different kind of language, and not language, but say, I don't know, accent or something like that, because they're just disconnected
due to mountains and
so yeah. So if if Taliban has taken over Kabul and Kandahar, they will have struggle taking over the other city on the other side of the mountains, and then the other city on the other side of the mountain, unless and until there's an infrastructure, and which has never been there.
Yeah, due to the disruptive surroundings that Afghanistan has always faced.
Yeah, plus the border that is Pakistan and Afghanistan. So this is what I saw in the video. So apparently Pakistan's western region and Afghanistan's eastern region was divided by international lines. Like no, Pakistan didn't agree to that and Afghanistan didn't agree to that. This is just the line that was drawn, and now they follow it. That border is right in between the mountain range. So very fluid. It's very hard to patrol.
Yeah.
And people go in and out. And that region was the Pushtan region. Pushtan people's region. So
Pushtans are Afghans?
They are, I don't know, a sect of Muslims, or they call themselves Pushtan. I don't know what they are, why the name. But apparently the same tribe of people living on the west side of Pakistan and east side of Afghanistan. So basically like Punjabis living together and a line in between, like Lahore and Punjab.
Yeah.
But then Lahore and Punjab in a way that the border is literally not there. So of course people from Lahore would come to Punjab, people from Punjab to go back to Lahore.
Yeah.
This would happen on a regular basis, which it does. So what happens is Pushtans fight in Afghanistan, they get hurt, they're out of ammunition, they go to Pakistan, reset, refuel, take ammunition back, go to Afghanistan, fight again, call people if they need more like artillery or more numbers, and they keep on fighting.
So they're using Pakistan as a base for themselves to spread more terror.
Because the way that Pakistan has apparently installed a barbed border.
Yeah.
Finally. But it's still very hard to patrol because it's just mountains. How do you patrol mountains?
I mean, India has armed forces on Siachen, and that's pretty hard to patrol.
Yeah, but there's no roads on Siachen. I mean, so the thing is that the border has roads going, like it's a pass, but then there's peak on this side of the border, but there's road there. So how do you patrol the whole, like variations of lands? It's very hard to do that. And people hide and just in and out. If there's free transfer of people.
That's pretty tough, man. I mean, Afghanistan, I knew about the fact that Afghanistan got never ruled over because, Afghan people had this war strategy of hiding in caves and then coming out and shooting. Strategy. Yeah, the Osama strategy or whatever they call it. But this was quite astounding and okay, so not surprising that Pakistan is acting as a base.
It is, of course.
I mean, everybody knows what Pakistan is doing in the world. They say we'll fight terrorism, but they can't. I mean, they don't.
So the only way US was also fighting with Afghanistan was through Pakistan. So I mean, US doesn't have an option because Afghanistan has Iran on this side. There is no way US is entering Iran.
Yeah.
There is no chance of that. Then there's Kyrgyzstan. There's another place. Uzbekistan, and then there's Pakistan. So you can't go from there. You only can go from there, from Pakistan. And what the Taliban would do was destroy the highway. The only one highway that led from Pakistan to Afghanistan, they destroyed the highway.
Yeah.
So then they had to enter from Kyrgyzstan, Uzbekistan, and this is why it's just very hard to fight Afghanistan and Afghani military or Afghani people.
At the moment, I guess they have more than 300 choppers with Taliban, because America did a very good move that they left their arms and ammunitions and they evacuated. Genius move.
Genius.
They have tanks.
What a master stroke.
Taliban now has more tanks than, I guess, 50% of the nations worldwide. So Taliban is a force now. I mean,
genius.
So Taliban has now access to tanks, to US Lockheed Martin choppers, Rafale jets even. They have it. I mean, India was struggling a lot. I mean, they got it like that.
Free. I mean, India was like, you're paying for this shit.
Wait a minute. You guys are getting this for free?
Yeah, you're getting this shit for free?
Yeah. Wesson and Smith ammunition.
Like India should be turning right now.
Boiling with heat.
What an offer.
So they have Wesson and Smith winning the deal. They have a lot of ammunition there. I mean, if Taliban decides to go on a war, they'll not deplete their ammunition like for years.
No shit. No shit. I disagree.
No.
If US wants, they could end this in a week.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, now Taliban is, I'd say it is not easy for a country, or let's just say US.
So I put out a tweet recently when this happens, like, someone needs to come up with a business interest. Someone needs to come up with a business incentive to restore peace, and the problem will be solved tonight. That's just it.
I don't think
war is more easy. War is the more money-making strategy, I feel like.
War is actually the money-making strategy. I mean, who is supplying weapons? Before US leaving all this military ammunition, Taliban still had weapons. How were they purchasing? Did they have money to purchase it? If they had money, who was selling? Russia, and if you look at their
China,
weaponry,
North Korea.
North Korea doesn't have money for themselves.
North Korea sells weapons, a lot of them.
They sell, but
I think we covered this in the last episode.
Yeah, we did cover it. But North Korea doesn't have a lot of resources to supply weapons directly to Afghanistan. I mean, the logistics.
So China,
not China, it's US. Selling weapons is their game. I mean,
this is what happens, right? US. I don't think US sells weapons to the Taliban. US sells weapons to the smaller nations. How do you say, the militants in the region?
Yeah, the smaller nations.
Yeah, the smaller groups of fighters who fight the Taliban. They lose, they take the weapons. This is how they get the weapon. So Russia wants, I don't think Russia and Taliban also have like a deal.
I don't think so. Russia will ever have a deal. I mean, Russia would scrap Taliban.
So China and Taliban definitely do have a deal. 100%. Because US is direct enemy. China doesn't give a fuck. China for sure has a deal with the Taliban. So
because also they have a dog in between. That's Pakistan.
Yeah.
If China wants to have its power in Middle East, so they think like, okay, Afghanistan is the hub, surrounded by all these Middle East nations.
Afghanistan is mineral rich as fuck
country. Yeah, exactly, they are, and they don't have the resources to extract because it requires a lot of money.
China is licking their tongues right now.
Yeah. So good.
So much money right there.
So good. But coming on to the fact that they have a middle dog in between, that's Pakistan, that can actually prove to be an essential, communication catalyst between China and the Taliban. So
I don't think China even needs Pakistan.
That becomes a big problem for
It does.
India. That's what I'm saying, because all of the other Southeast,
Yeah, I think
South Asian.
I think Pakistan is an India strategy for China. I think Pakistan is a Middle East strategy for China.
Pakistan can be a Middle East. They have borders. I mean,
China
Pakistan
can directly deal with the Taliban. They don't have to give a fuck about what Pakistan has to do in between.
I mean, Pakistan
They have
is a
made
dog.
their highways there.
They've made Pakistan a dog.
They are a dog.
They actually are in a
I'm
situation.
saying they can use them, but they don't need them for Middle East. They need them for India, definitely.
They need them from Middle East as well. I mean, that's because Pakistan has border with Afghanistan and at the same time with India, right?
Yeah, so very strategic position.
So that's a very strategic position, and of course
Now they have a port in Sri Lanka.
Yeah, they are trying to get a port in Sri Lanka because I don't know. India was also heavily investing in housing sector for Sri Lanka, on Sri Lanka's housing sector.
They make them ships as well in India.
Yeah, for free.
Yeah.
For free as friendly gestures. Let me remind you, a ship costs billions of dollars. And India does it for free for Sri Lanka, and still those fuckers, they give their bases to Pakistan or
They
to
don't
China.
have a leverage to deal with that. China,
I mean, Sri
right?
Lanka. Okay, that's just a dot on a map. So let's not talk about it.
Yeah,
I
even
mean,
the cricket team is losing. Fuck you.
Who the fuck
I
from Sri
love
Lanka
Kumar
would be-
Sangakkara only.
Who the fuck? People are running from Sri Lanka and coming to Kerala, to Chennai, to
Yeah,
Puducherry, to all these South nations, Karnataka, to get a better life. I mean, Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka has been like...
For them, Canada is in Kerala. That's how good
So
we are.
I
for
mean,
them.
if you live in a country with civil war, years of civil war,
Sinhalas fighting
versus
each other.
the Tamils,
Tamils, yeah.
I mean, so it's years of civil war in the making. So yeah, you would run away. So, but
That's
like
pretty fucked up.
the interesting part of Afghanistan is like I don't think even Taliban fully ever rules over Afghanistan. They will always struggle. Like they will always struggle because there's no way Taliban is building highways.
Yeah, I mean, they can't even do the finances for a week. They'll collapse.
They'll collapse. They'll absolutely collapse. So I don't think if China comes in, that's a different story. That's a different story because
I heard kaching.
because if China builds a highway covering the whole Afghanistan, then cities get connected, then Taliban rules like a boss. Then there's no question. But right now, Taliban would not. Like Taliban can only rule Kabul.
Taliban needs money as of now.
They need money. They need international relations. They need. I mean, yeah, you might be mineral rich, but like you need food to eat. You ain't farming.
Yeah, and you ain't farming. So one day there's gonna be food deficiency among members.
Yeah,
so
they need India. They need US. To be honest, they need. I mean, you need US to function as a country.
So, yeah. I also was coming to the point that when Taliban released the statement that Pakistan is like a second home, and even Imran Khan said in one of his conferences that we would like to have something of a Taliban type organization in Pakistan as well.
Taliban are normal civilians.
Yeah, Taliban are normal
The guy
civilians. Yeah, the guy is pretty crazy at the moment. But yeah, so Pakistan does have nuclear power with them. And if they treat Pakistan as second home, so does Taliban also have nuclear control? I mean,
That would be doomsday.
that
would
is
be bad.
more scary than North Korea having
Yeah,
nuclear
that would
weapons.
be bad.
That would be really bad. And for country like India in South Asia, where all small nations like Myanmar, Bhutan, Sri Lanka,
I think
look up to us.
My hope today is this happened day before yesterday, the ISIS bombing.
Yeah.
I just hope Joe Biden grows a backbone, has the balls, says fuck this, and just goes back. I mean, I don't want any American soldiers to get killed, but I want
Afghans to live freely.
yeah. I mean, so who else is going to do it? Will the UK do it? You do it? No.
I don't think so.
There's only US that can do it at this point.
Because they have already invested a lot. I mean, $3.2 trillion.
So I mean,
That's
15 soldiers have died. So someone has to take responsibility, and America is one nation that has a history of avenging the loss that they occur. Like they concur. And if Joe Biden still says that we're out, he'll either get killed or he'll either get impeached. For sure. I mean, at this point, I don't think Americans will be okay with just coming back.
I mean, this scenario, what I believe, this is a pretty crazy opinion, but I feel if Donald Trump would have been there,
none of this would have happened.
Not Joe Biden, none of this would have happened. Because Donald Trump had this personality of grabbing them by the balls.
Donald Trump would not have left like this. Under Donald Trump, it would have been much more like, ask what the military wants.
Yeah.
Ask, like, he of course loves, like, he gave the military what they needed. The budget increased.
Yeah.
So Donald Trump would not it would not have happened the way it has right now, because even if the Taliban fucked with Donald Trump, even the Taliban doesn't know how he would react. So the guy is just completely ludicrous. So anything can happen. So nobody takes a chance. Yeah. So that is why even China was struggling with Trump. Joe Biden is like...
But one of the nations that was not struggling with Trump on international diplomatic relations was India. I mean, India never saw a dull moment with Trump.
They did, because when the vaccine thing happened, right? The Remdesivir episode.
Yeah.
When Donald Trump was asking and India said no, and Donald Trump
India
was
providing a lot of raw material to...
And then India said no, like, we won't... so Donald Trump was like, okay, India is an enemy kind of a thing. He said in a press conference, right, that they will have to pay or something like that.
No, he said that the raw material that we are acquiring from India is what we are paying for.
Yeah,
so they cannot deny us at the moment.
Yeah. So something like that happened.
So that's pretty business.
So again, the news was that we don't know how he would react. India doesn't know. So this has to be very carefully managed, which I think it turned out quite well.
Yeah.
But again, so that would have been a big reason for Taliban as well. They don't know what to expect. Joe Biden is like a, how do you say?
Pussy. That's how you say. He's a pussy.
Yeah, so he's, whatever you tell him, he'll do it.
He's actually a finger puppet for Kamala Harris at the moment.
What is Kamala Harris doing then?
No statement.
What my hope was that at least Kamala Harris is there. So this badass woman who's in charge, do something about it.
First female vice president?
Yeah. So I mean, you're the badass, right? If Joe Biden is the old grandpa that you just have because of his name, because he's the ex-vice president, 40 years as a politician. So you do something about it. Someone somewhere in the Biden government do something about it. Nobody is doing anything. He's crying on the press. He's in the press conference like it matters. Like his tears matter. Like the 15 people died. So what good is crying? Just say, come take leadership. Say fuck it.
That's when true leadership shows, and he was like crying. I mean, when you cry in front of your people that you could, like, you failed. I mean, that's just failure of presidency for him.
So a very interesting video. You follow Jocko Willink?
Yeah.
Jocko Willink had a video. He released a video.
MMA fighter.
Jocko Willink is
former
Navy SEAL.
Navy SEAL. Yeah.
So Jocko Willink posted a video. It said, "What would I have done if I was the president right now?" I want Jocko Willink to be US president, to be honest. So he was basically addressing the people as the president. Like, what would he have done? He basically said, yeah, we tried something. We thought it was for the good. We thought this would be the end. Things happened that we did not expect. They happened quicker than what we expected. We fucked up. We did. And now we're going to take control. We're going to go in there, solve the situation, make sure matter is settled, and then come out. The mission stays, but yeah, we fucked up. And some bad things have happened. Now we take responsibility and come out.
And move forward. Yeah.
And he was like, it's that simple. How simple is that? Everyone is like, Jocko for president, Jocko for president. Somebody make this guy the president. Because, yeah, what else do you do? You cry in front of national television?
International.
International, we saw it.
Yeah.
International television, the president of the United States.
Superpower.
80-year-old fucking president of the United States crying.
That's pretty fucked up. I mean,
What are you crying for?
That's not what you guys in the US signed up for. I mean, you don't.
And Joe Biden, out of all people, who lost a son in the war. Joe Biden died in the war.
Wow, this was new to me.
Yeah, so
who is his son?
Joe Biden.
Joe Biden.
So Joe Biden has two sons. Had one son, he died, but Joe Biden has two sons. He named one Bo and the other one Hunter. Bo Hunter Biden.
So Bo died.
So Bo died, Hunter is still alive.
Hunter is doing what?
Hunter is protecting his laptop so that his emails are not read with the Israeli Benjamin Netanyahu scene, for which Donald Trump was impeached because he wanted info on Hunter Biden. So Hunter Biden has his oil deals happening. So yeah, he first of all he named his sons Bo and Hunter. So that is something. But then Joe Biden had lost his life in the war. So
which war? Was it the Afghanistan war or was it the Vietnam war?
Or something? No, not Vietnam, of course. But like he was an army, but he was in the army or some in the armed forces. But he lost. So Joe Biden, out of all people, crying like a fucking maniac. Like, what are you crying for? You
then
president of the United States of America, the superpower of the superpower, the 21st century superpower. Grow some balls, have a backbone, say we're sorry, say we fucked up, go back in there.
I mean, how embarrassing is that?
Yeah, it's like
he could have correlated the situation, because losing 15 soldiers. I mean, okay, let's come to the fact that we have this constant turmoil with Pakistan, India.
We have.
Us Indians have this, and casualties do take place on and off. We hear about it all the time, you know. But let's just say that we have no neighbor trouble. We are a superpower. Let's just assume India is a superpower. India decides to resolve a matter in some country B. For 20 years, India has been sucking the blood of that country B, and then suddenly, with all those casualties going on and off through 20 years, a bomb blast happens where, poof, 15 of your soldiers, they're dead.
Yeah, what about the other 100
that died over 150 soldiers are stuck. So that's a battalion, people. 100 soldiers
so
is
many
a battalion.
Are still there.
It's a full regiment. Losing a regiment is the biggest loss for an army or for a leader. I mean, I don't want this to happen, any of this to happen, but just imagine that way.
So
it's a very big loss.
He said that we'll take revenge.
What revenge?
We'll take revenge. We'll hunt them down, something or the other. Send in troops. What are you waiting for?
Yeah.
So Tim Kennedy posted. He's in Afghanistan now. So that is one guy who puts his actions where his mouth is. He's not just posting on Twitter or Instagram and criticizing. He went to Afghanistan. Like, he is in Afghanistan right now. As a Green Beret, what else do you say to that? But he said, like, @ Joe Biden, he tagged him. All the leadership of the Taliban has ever had is right now concentrated in Kabul. Just saying. Just saying. Just drop a bomb. Or just make a mission, kill them all. The Taliban is dead. If you think about it, the Taliban is right now concentrated in one place. Like, it has never happened before.
Yeah, all of the Taliban.
So if the US military had one chance to do something about the whole Taliban situation, what better way to do it?
Drop a bomb.
No, not even drop a bomb. Just go fight.
Planet strike.
What is Taliban in front of the US military?
Nothing.
What is Taliban? It's nothing. I'm saying 1 week. 1 week of Green Berets and Navy SEALs going in there, sweep them off,
but
give control back to the government, come back.
But Taliban does have a lot of ammunition, and that's pretty worrisome. Because if...
Do they have fighter jets?
Yeah, they have.
Do they have fighter pilots?
Yeah.
Do they have, like, drone strikes? No.
They have access to it, and I mean, how long will it take for them to, to ask someone from the Afghan military who knows how to write this.
No, but like the thing is that Afghan military loves Americans.
They surrendered.
Of course they surrendered because
Will they still love Americans?
They're the only hope. Do they have an option? Will they
How
join
does
the Taliban?
hope work in a scenario where your life is right in front of you? There is this guy who's threatening to kill you. Sit in that shit. I'm sitting along with you. Let's go drop a bomb. Have fun. Shoot some birdies and come back. So, would you still say that I love America and I won't do this for the sake of Joe Biden, or would you say this, or would you just slowly
this is
shut your ass up, sit down in that fighter plane?
You lost your cred when you left. Like
USA lost all of its credibility.
Yeah.
The moment they decided to leave Afghanistan.
No, not even leave, but like leave like that. Just say bye. Just good night and goodbye. We out.
Am I head out?
Am I head out? See you later, alligator.
Yeah. And that's really fucked up, man. I mean.
So they have lost credit, but America would solve this in half a week.
Let's just say.
Honestly.
Half a week.
So what
I don't feel that way.
So
it's not that easy.
I know Tim Kennedy is a Green Beret. He's one of the rare Green Berets that are known to the world because he was a UFC fighter as well. So he has 1 million followers on Instagram. So he was on Joe Rogan once and he talked about like the Green Beret segment of the US Army. He said, I know like 5-6 languages.
Yeah.
I know French, I know Portuguese, I know these many languages. Like he said that during that time the Venezuela thing was happening. It's still happening. So he said like if you land 5 of us, if 5 Green Berets just land in Venezuela, we would restore the country, restore order in 1 week. Because they're taught in a way that they're not just there to fight. They're trained in a way to restore control, take over, overthrow the one in charge and just take over.
Wow.
Lead change. They know the language. Connect with the locals, fight, kill them. Like
come back.
Tim Kennedy is like night and day shit.
Yeah.
He's the Captain America.
Real
life.
He's sounding like Captain America. Like Also,
and the Green Berets are not known. The Tim Kennedy is the only one that is known to the public because they have this motto. I mean, Indian Army also have these. Like we know Marcos are the Navy SEAL. Comparison. Like Marcos are the Navy part of the Indian Army, but there are a lot of Indian Army people who just don't reveal their identity. Never hear of them. So they are trained in a way that they do their job, nobody knows them. Nobody ever gets to know them.
Because
1 week, it would take 1 week.
It's compromise of their personal life as well if people get to know.
Of course they do.
I mean, if they come to social media like these people, like US Navy SEALs, we know a lot of them.
Yeah.
We discussed about it.
Tim Kennedy gave an interview once that he was getting messages from the terrorists. Somebody asked him on this very famous video. The reporter was like, this organization is sending you messages. He's like, don't call them an organization. They're a bunch of cowards. Call them what they are. They're not an organization. They're just a bunch of cowards. They sent me a picture of, a couple of US guys killed and beheaded. They sent me a couple of photographs. And it's like, I sent them a few photos back. I sent them a couple of photos of their guys who we killed. And said like, do you know this place? This is probably where you are right now. These are you guys. And he's like, then a barrage of them came. I like to trigger them sometimes. They won't do anything.
Yeah.
Real life shit, man. It's the Captain America. This is so.
That's very ballsy. That's very ballsy on the part of Tim Kennedy. That's very ballsy. So when you reveal your identity and it all comes down. It all comes down. It is pretty sad. Also, when we talk about, you know, strong personalities leading, we never saw one emerging from the sheer provinces of Afghanistan. We never heard about any, you know, strong personalities that took front. We also never heard about, you know, anti-Taliban forces. Now they are following up. That's a different thing.
Them, but how do you fight?
How do you say that?
How do you fight? Like, it's impossible. Like,
they have all the weapon. I mean, okay, so there is one observation that I made, that every video that got circulated through WhatsApp, through social media, through any other format, through email, through whatever, I always saw Taliban people with guns hanging. Always. I mean, they even when they were sitting on their bumper cars, they made sure they had their guns hanged. I mean, just in case we saw some shit we gotta shoot. We gotta.
But also, this reminds me, like, some people in Afghanistan have the balls to protest. I saw people with flags and posters on the streets as if this is DU North Campus.
Wall of democracy.
Like, who are these people who think that protesting on the street would work? First of all, who are these people who think that would happen? Secondly, who, like, protests happen every day in India. To protest, when these Toyota Tacoma when these maniacs are on the street with guns, AK-47s in their hands,
loaded,
to go out of your house with a flag in your hand and protest, it's like a suicide mission that you're willing to go to. That is a protest.
A mission does have an objective. This is just getting killed for
that free. Is something that I would never do.
That is just dumb, plain dumb. I mean, if you try,
we like cry over how protests are handled, like everywhere, in India, in France, in Australia now, in London, police hitting people.
Barricades,
what did the Taliban do? They opened fire on the protesters just like that. People got killed. What do you expect?
I mean, that's easy for them to clear the population. Okay, so they are against us. Okay, kill them.
Kill them all.
Leave none of them behind. Just kill them all. Nobody left us. Nobody is left, you know, to oppose us. And what I was trying to say was that when we talk about, you know, Afghanistan having this turmoil or this exodus with people, you know, fleeing away from their country, so that destabilizes a lot of things. That's, of course, their neighbors. That's their... Okay, so they're within institutions that they had. Okay, so there was this comparison that I wanted to bring, that 20 years ago or maybe 30 years ago, Afghanistan had 2,200,000 Afghan Sikhs.
Yeah.
Now only 200 of them were left.
Yeah, Afghanistan was a thriving state once.
It was.
Like, women on the streets wearing skirts.
Yeah. Beauty salons.
I mean, Western movies. Like, it was like Iran. Iran was also like that.
Once.
Yeah, it was once. Then the US happened. and then Islamic extremists happened, and now we are here. Like, what do you say?
That's
sad. I mean, it was like India. And then it's not, and then it's not.
Then it all gets down in the drain.
I mean, Afghani people who are like 70, 80, they lived in times that was free, that was Western, that was free. You could make your own businesses, you had voting rights, you had basic rights. Like, women could walk on the streets without having any trouble. So
one interesting statement was when this contested destabilizing was our CDS Bipin Rawat saying that this can always bring an overflow of terrorists to Indian borders as well.
How? Bringing people from Afghanistan?
No, I mean, Afghanistan does have a lot of links. Okay, so Afghanistan, Pakistan, not even Afghanistan, Taliban and Pakistan consider each other as equals. That has been said by Imran Khan, their current Prime Minister, that they are just humans, they're just like us, or they are pure equivalents, right? So if Pakistan has intentions to disrupt or destabilize India, of course Afghanistan's gonna help, Taliban's gonna help them, not Afghanistan, sorry.
I don't think they want that heat.
They want it. I mean, we have this problem.
So the thing with Pakistan is that
people are always going to choose India because India can act as a liberal state. They're not going to say the same thing.
The thing Pakistan lacks is leverage on China. I know China has made highways in Pakistan, but if there's a war between India and Pakistan,
China won't interfere. Trust me.
And India comes to China and says, "You really want Pakistan to support Pakistan? Here's a business incentive. Grow your factory in Madhya Pradesh."
China won't. China wants factory within themselves.
No, but like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, we'll get TikTok back here. So you can have your businesses back here, no restrictions. Open up the Gafar market. Like, come back here.
Vivo,
yeah,
Oppo.
Huawei can come here. Just support us in the war or don't interfere. What do you think China is going to do? China is going to say, okay, no, we have our relations with Pakistan. We're going to support that. They don't give a fuck.
This is, offering business in return of no war.
The thing with China is they don't give a fuck about who they're supported or who they're not supported. Only thing they give a fuck about is green.
Money.
So if Pakistan really counts on China that they would support them in an altercation with India, that would be a very stupid thing to believe in.
What I also believe is that not business can bring out just business and war. I don't believe is a fair trade-off cost. What I believe, because okay, so you have business thriving, you have economy booming, you have people surviving both ends. But when you win a war, you capture that thing, you own it like a boss. So you bring your business there eventually.
Look, the Taliban doesn't stand the Indian army for a week.
Yeah,
neither do Pakistan.
Isn't that the same thing? Taliban, Pakistan.
No, but Pakistan and India, if they go to war, it would be a long war. A lot of people would get killed. But we know what the result would be.
Yeah.
Provided there's no nuclear altercation.
Yeah.
Then there would be self-destruction everywhere. So the thing with nuclear power is that nobody uses it ever, and it's a very interesting thing.
They do test it all the time.
They do test it all the time, but the thing with amazing power, it's like two heavyweights when they go at each other.
Yeah.
It often turns out to be a boring match.
No.
When
was the last time when Real Madrid and Barcelona was boring?
So the thing is, like, if their two heavyweights go after each other, whether it's any sport, a lot of times both teams are circumspect, and this is what happens when there's nuclear powers going against each other.
Yeah.
This is what happened in the Cold War. This is what happened with India, Pakistan. This is what happens, thankfully. This is what has been happening ever since nuclear power came to be. So
it's pretty sad.
So what? You want fireworks, huh?
Yeah.
Pretty sad.
Yeah. I mean, the narrative of it is sad.
It's like pretty sad. Yeah. I wanted some nuclear shit here.
The narrative of it, that even having a nuclear bomb after seeing what happened with Japan is sad.
That was not nuclear in the right. That was atomic. So,
but it's the same.
No, but like hydrogen was invented very soon after that.
Yeah.
Imagine if that shit would have gone out.
1 kg of hydrogen bomb can erode an entire state in India. That's how strong hydrogen bomb is.
So yeah, so
1 kg
just after the atomic bomb, hydrogen was invented very soon.
Yeah.
So I mean, Japan still sees the effects of the atomic bomb.
Yeah, it does.
So I don't think that happens again ever. The thing that US faces, like, even if US drops a bomb right now in Afghanistan, then they would be condemned for that.
Yeah.
So they're going to be condemned either which ways. They're condemned for leaving. They're condemned for fighting. They don't have an out really.
They're stuck.
Yeah, they're stuck big time.
Super stuck. I mean, yeah, so not gonna go left, not gonna go right. मुझे यही मार दो, मैं खत्म.
Yeah. So I mean, the US could say, "Boop, okay, over."
And that's pretty salty. So when we talk about all of this, and bombs coming into play, and testing of bombs is just countries flexing their power that we have this much of it. North Korea does it all the time. India also does it some of times, and China and America, they are also doing it. But a bunch of cowards, not an organization, a bunch of cowards name themselves Taliban, and when I'm just scared for the fact that Pakistan is the enemy.
Handling them, the nuclear powers would be.
I just feel
crazy.
Okay, so I am keeping a catch behind Pakistan throughout our conversation is because I do believe they're gonna do this. They'll sell themselves to do this. Pakistan has a history of selling themselves.
I don't know.
They sold themselves to China. They sold themselves to the small Afzal Premi gang, to ISIS.
The thing with China was that Pakistan needed China. The difference with the Taliban would be that Pakistan is interested in the Taliban.
They sold themselves to America, then America made base over there, then Pakistan sold themselves again to small terrorist organizations.
Yeah, but the Taliban would have to offer something to Pakistan.
America slashed their fundings, their budgetary.
That's what I'm saying. The Taliban would have to offer something to Pakistan in return. Because, see, Pakistan's economy would have died if China didn't revive them.
Yeah.
So they needed that. They didn't really have a no, like, no, we don't want your help. Because they did. Honestly did. The same with the US when the US entered. So I don't know what Afghanistan, unless there's like illegally entering Pakistan, then Taliban or collaborating with Daesh and then dealing like that would happen, that could happen, and that will happen most probably.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. Because all other nations in the Asian subcontinent, Southern Asian subcontinent, Indian subcontinent, look towards India.
Yeah.
I mean, फिर वो होता नहीं है कि अगर कल को वो भूटान में भी कुछ करेगी ना तो India needs to intervene.
I feel like if the Taliban is really focused at making a government out of themselves and really like ruling over Afghanistan, then they would need diplomatic relations with India. Simple as that. They need India. Every country at this point, somewhere or the other, would need India for raw materials, for spices.
Paarug. Silk route has been long gone. Spices, yes. Every country has their own spices.
For spices. For silk.
Silk came from China, Paarug.
It's okay. So, but like, they need India.
40, that's it. They need India for Bollywood music.
Yeah.
They need India for Bollywood.
Yeah. So they need them. So there would be a diplomatic relation, but then it won't happen. But if Taliban is really just like a terrorist group leading over Afghanistan, like ISIS was in Syria,
yeah,
they wouldn't last very long because Afghanistan is not Syria. Afghanistan is a very difficult place to control.
Yeah,
small groups would happen. They would assemble. Continuous fighting would happen within the country. This is what would happen. For sure, because just go to one place, leave Kabul. Like if you're a militant fighting against Afghanistan, fighting against Taliban, leave the place, assemble somewhere else, go back, keep fighting. This will go on. You're just engaged in your own country.
In all of this, we forget two very important things, and that is, of course, children and female rights.
Oh no, tu gaye.
That was pretty quick.
Okay, sorry.
The videos which were also surfacing, I saw a lot of netizens responding upon it that I see no female evacuating, no kids. So I was like, yeah, of course, survival of the fittest. That's one way.
I mean,
that's one way.
I saw this news like this woman was afraid for her life because she's a female activist in Afghanistan. It's like, yeah, I would be afraid.
She's afraid for all the right reasons.
I would be afraid for my life if I was a female activist in Afghanistan.
Yeah.
Definitely. That checks out.
Yeah.
So, But
some Muslim females also believe that wearing a hijab or a burqa is empowerment.
okay.
Okay, so Sharia law has been imposed in in Afghanistan.
So Taliban just said that I don't know what's the full thing. Is it the burqa or the hijab?
Burqa is the full thing. Hijab is where you cover.
Yeah. So they said that burqa is not necessary. Women can wear hijab. Taliban just said that somewhere or the other. They're the progressive version of Taliban.
Good Taliban. Yeah, there is nothing good about Taliban.
Progressive version of the Taliban this time. So
they're raping dead women.
They rape minor boys.
What the fuck?
Andy Stumpf is a Navy SEAL.
Yeah.
He's a former Navy SEAL. He once said that if the Taliban kidnaps you, it doesn't matter whether you're a boy, girl, woman, man, child, they would rape you. If you get kidnapped by the Taliban, it doesn't matter who you are, what you do, you would get raped for sure. Doesn't matter if you're a boy or a woman or a girl or a man or an uncle or an auntie. He said that on Rogan or somewhere, his own podcast.
That's pretty fucked up. Man.
Yeah, there was this Vice documentary, This Is What Winning Looks Like by Ben Anderson. So
that's definitely not winning.
Yeah. So that it's in the title.
Kids.
This is what winning looks like. And he went to Afghanistan like 8-9 years ago. And in the morning, these boys were walking around in the street like sad and stuff. And Ben Anderson was talking to the camera. I said, someone just told me that they were taken in by these Talibani commanders, and even the Afghanistan commanders, like Afghanistani army commanders, like they were taken in and they were raped last night. Boys, small boys. So it's like, what if guys are in danger? Where do the women go? Where do the girls go? There's no chance of a prospect of future, like a good future. No chance.
This was very new to me, and this is very sad.
This is very, very sad. This is unbelievable to think
about. Oh my God, what has happened? Taliban, you piece of shit. What have you done? I mean, if there is a hole in the world map, that's definitely on Afghanistan.
And North Korea.
Yeah, for different reasons. Same reasons, basically.
Yeah, I mean,
that's
Kim Jong-un is one terrorist.
That's organized terrorism, and this is informal sector of the terrorism.
Yeah.
They play bumper cars and amusement parks.
They ride gym equipment backwards.
Yeah.
Like fucking maniacs.
Informal terrorism. And then formal terrorism is North Korea, where they clap.
Yeah, and
all the time.
They force people to cry.
Yeah. He was not crying hard enough. Shoot him.
Crying hard enough.
Shoot him. Shoot him. He doesn't cares about us.
I remember reading like there's one COVID case in North Korea. They shot him.
Yeah.
What the fuck? This was a news article था कि one COVID case arised in North Korea. They shot him. Dead. No COVID. No lockdown. Just shoot them. No spreading after that. Interesting solution.
That's why COVID never. Because a country that is always thinking about its next meal, that doesn't have electricity for X-rays and MRIs.
Interesting solution.
Never got struck by COVID.
They just shot it, no? They just shoot them. I mean, why didn't we think of that? I got COVID.
So long, motherfucker. So long, motherfucker. See you upstairs. Right in the head. I mean, if somebody is shooting that bitch down, it's gotta be me.
Interesting solution, but if you think about it, like, you want to stop the spread of COVID. If you have COVID, shoot them. No spreading after that.
Exactly.
Like, no breaking quarantine rules after that. You're in quarantine for a long time after that.
Yeah. Very long time.
Within your coffin. Stay within your coffin. We don't care.
That's still better than living in North Korea under the regime of Kim Jong-un. That's still better. Getting shot at.
Yeah, dude. So you get COVID, but then death is guaranteed. Like 100% mortality rate. Vaccine would not save you.
Yeah, even I don't believe North Korea has ordered any of the vaccines at the moment.
They have a solution.
What are yeah, okay, so nobody ever travels outside the country as
ingenious, I would say. Like, no need for a shot. No need for a booster shot, first shot. Get rid of all this nonsense.
We don't believe in this. Just finish it off and blow the smoke away.
Yeah, just another day in the life.
So that's why no HIV, no AIDS, Zika. I mean, North Korea is...
I'm sure there's HIV.
In North Korea?
I'm sure.
But it has not been detected yet.
Yeah, because they don't have the equipment to detect it yet.
Yeah, a lot of problems is with North Korean people, but we don't have the equivalent equipment.
If rape is not a crime in a country, I'm sure HIV is definitely a problem.
Yeah, STDs would have been there. Herpes, HIV.
If rape is not a crime, then I'm guessing rape is happening. If rape is happening, I'm sure STDs are happening.
Yeah.
So, the same with Afghanistan.
As soon as I heard a little boy is getting raped,
they do get raped.
I mean, who is raping them? Okay, so
these
let's come
fucking
to
maniacs.
Maniacs. Majority of maniacs would be men.
Majority, I mean, who's a female commander in the Taliban? There's only male.
They still would have some female participation.
No. Female subjects they have. They don't have commanders. they don't have command. Who's a female commander in the Taliban?
Not commander, but you know, some post, some consulting post. Okay, so
shut the fuck up.
I mean, they might have some female.
What? They give like a job opening on LinkedIn. Like, join us. HR recruitment at Taliban. जॉब प्रोफाइल में लिखा है HR at Taliban.
नहीं मतलब थोड़ा सा मुझे था कि यार okay so I'll be honest, a group of men gets more organized when females are involved. They are more well kept, they are more organized, they are more, you know,
they have AK-47s to cool down their testosterone.
Yeah. but for how long? They need women.
That's why they're fucking boys. Where is your answer?
This gets worse every second. This gets worse every second.
So, yeah, you need a fix, but they found it. Just fuck everyone. Trees are not safe.
Are they even fucking goats at the moment?
No, I mean, I'm sure. Like, dogs are scared for their lives.
I saw this documentary.
Goats have no future. First of all,
we talked about it.
Yeah, goats have no future.
Goats have no future. We talked about it. But when we talk about, you know, okay, so they found a fix. Cool off their testosterone. So don't you think one day there will be, you know, when all of the Taliban wakes up, all the men wake up and there is no woman left behind. So how are they gonna sustain? What's their sustainable goal?
Homo, bro.
Okay, so that's one thing that they're still doing, okay? That's one thing.
Yeah.
So, no, I meant to say reproduce a similar kind of human. So
I don't see that.
Without a female, okay, so female gives birth, right? And virgin births is still not a thing.
No, but like they are very heavily involved in trafficking as well. So
yeah. Trafficking. Yeah. So I saw that. I heard and I read this news article that they're trafficking females as sex slaves in coffins.
Opium, trafficking, and weapons.
Yeah.
Yeah. Taliban It's number 1.
Forbes ranking number one. Opium.
Opium is a very serious problem in Afghanistan, and they do export opium to a lot of countries. Cryptocurrency is a big factor in all this.
Yeah.
Because they do Bitcoin. Bitcoin does get used in all these transactions.
Not the right way.
You can talk shit about Bitcoin because it is real, but I don't think they deal in Ether. It's Bitcoin. It's Bitcoin mostly because there's no like companies factor. Using it. There's no. Yeah, it's anonymous.
No traceability factor.
It's anonymous. There's no business.
No KYC.
There are no businesses happening over Bitcoin. So like, not a lot of people are involved.
Yeah.
With a business in it. So yeah, that happens. But no, the Taliban does have opium deals.
Yeah,
opium trade. They do get high on weed.
A lot.
Yeah, drug problem is a serious thing in Afghanistan.
And I've seen a documentary on it, how drug problem is very serious in Afghanistan.
Yeah.
Small kids, 13, 12.
Yeah, it's a big problem in Afghanistan.
They all do drugs over there. I mean, it's accessible very easily. Yeah. You go to a pharmaceutical store, not even you go to a general store and you ask for weed and he'll be more than happy to give it to you.
Yeah, and then there's trafficking, of course.
I mean, if they traffic all the women out.
They traffic women in as well.
Okay. That's even sadder that they had to traffic women in.
So it's not one way, it's a two-way traffic.
This is so sad, and why are we laughing? Okay, yeah. So one day, if you fuck little boys,
you're fucking little boys. So there's a clear indication that first of all you're a maniac.
Yeah.
The whole organization is full of maniacs who never got a girl.
Yeah.
In their child. So
they never even got a childhood.
Yeah, exactly. You're born with a gun in your hand. So what do you do when you grow up? You feel like you're God because you have an AK-47 in your hand. Then
you can end anybody.
You don't have anyone. Like everyone is scared of you. Like it's a human thing to have some. Like if you think about it very biologically.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to just grow up and kill everyone and just die alone.
Yeah.
There are, like, every human would have the need.
Yeah.
But then you don't have anyone around to have a romantic relationship with when you're a part of the Taliban. So what do?
You kill either traffic except the 72 virgins.
You either traffic or you fuck anything you see. Like, see a whole...
These suicide bombers, I saw a lot of documentaries that, when you die, the god...
yeah, I mean, sir, I saw some...
I took the name once and I don't want to take it again. So...
Yeah. Yeah, so
unseen.
I think someone...
The unseen.
Someone said, I don't remember who said this. Like,
72 virgins.
Yeah, I think someone said like... some Taliban or some terrorist died in an attack from France or some place or the other, and they said that we're going to take revenge for our martyr.
Yes.
So someone said, this is not me, but I do find logic in that. Say you calling the person who died a martyr. You're saying he got a special place in heaven for dying for the cause. So why are you offended? They did you a favor. Might as well get killed as well. You want to go to heaven, right?
Yeah.
So why are you getting offended?
Except those.
What is the revenge? What is the revenge for? You're saying that person went to heaven, is a martyr.
Yeah.
You're revering that person. What's the revenge for? I guess you all have the aspiration to go to heaven.
Even army has martyrs, but that doesn't stop them from.
No, but you're not saying that they went to heaven. Like, they went to heaven. They're living the life upstairs. So what's the revenge for? Why are you angry?
Yeah.
Might as well get killed yourself if you want heaven so bad. so yeah, I mean, if you're really obsessed with heaven, just go there. How hard is it?
Kill yourself. Get yourself killed.
By that logic, I mean, it makes sense. What's the revenge for? Did they send him to hell?
Yeah.
Then it makes sense. Like, you don't want your friend to go to hell, but if he went to heaven because of them, thank them. Send them flowers.
Send them flowers.
They did you a favor, na?
It's crazy, man. What's been happening, and.
Okay. I was coming back from. This reminds me of a crazy thing that happened this morning. I was coming back from my class, South Delhi. I turned the right corner. This huge ass van was there on the corner of the road.
Yeah.
I read what the van is. It said bomb squad.
What the fuck?
I was like, gear down, run away from this place. I don't know what the fuck it was doing in Hoskas. A bomb squad van. Like a real first time I saw this. I swear to God, I saw a bomb squad van today.
Were there people in it?
Yeah!
What the fuck?
Near the metro station.
I just thought
I kid you not.
At first, I first thought it might have been stationed there for a while.
I kid you not. People coming out of the bomb squad. Like police also there. Bomb
Dogs.
squad van. Proper bomb squad scene. I was like, I need to leave. Full speed ahead. Did not look back.
I mean,
one part of me wanted to stop and see what's happening. The other part did not. The other part won. Thankfully. At the metro station, I kid you not.
Somebody might have reported something like that. It's a notorious place. Hoskas. It's a notorious place.
I mean, I saw that for the first time. It's like...
No, bomb squad is something very new. I've never seen a bomb squad, and God forbid anybody sees a bomb squad, and people in bomb squad always remain safe.
I mean, I was just driving my car. I was like, what the fuck is that?
No, Hoskas is pretty notorious place in New Delhi. If you're outside New Delhi, you come to Hoskas, there is a lot of notorious things going on. Really? I mean, yeah. Hoskas has a lot of clubs. A lot of nightlife, after nightlife.
I was not like in proper Hoskas.
I'm not blaming anyone, but Hoskas has a lot.
I was not in like proper Hoskas, but
that area in particular is pretty
South
notorious.
Delhi area.
It's pretty notorious. I've been there a lot of times, and it's pretty notorious.
Near the clubs, near the Deardonas and.
No, that's not Hoskas, man.
I mean, the South Delhi. If you just go.
Deardon is Qutub Road.
Yeah, so just before that, when you going towards Qutub Road. On that road, when you turn right, a bomb squad full like a bus, bomb squad bus. I lost my shit this morning. I was like, no way, I am crossing this, something is happening.
Okay, so let's...
Full speed ahead. Full speed ahead.
Nothing for the people in bomb squad actually going towards a bomb. If this blows up, I'm never gonna see my family again.
No way. Like
there's like chances are less, but not zero. But I mean, what even the chances are?
No.
You're this close to a bomb.
Pull the red wire, pull the blue wire.
Yeah, and not all bombs have wires.
Yeah.
Some bombs
have lives. Suicide bombs.
Okay, so those are some special kind of bombs that go to heaven.
ISIS. Shout out to ISIS.
I mean, what the fuck is wrong with these religious...
What is ISIS doing bombing Afghanistan?
They're just saying, hey, welcome. Hey, welcome.
What's up with ISIS bombing Afghanistan?
They're like the fireworks.
Yeah, so I mean, ISIS people are present in Afghanistan. First of all, that proves that.
What's no shit? They're present. I mean, who's funding?
I think there's a cross chain as well. Like I'm a member of ISIS, of Taliban, Al Qaeda as well.
Wow.
So you get badges for that.
Yeah,
there must be something.
College clubs.
I'm sure.
I am hardworking. Team member.
Courteous team player. Part of various squads. Yeah, recruit me.
Yes, please. So they were like, okay, Taliban is there. Let's blow.
They have a LinkedIn platform like that.
Boom, boom.
Linked out.
2 bombs today, 10 bombs tomorrow, Abdullah. Okay.
Show us your resume.
Okay, Abdullah, what do you have for us today? No, we don't do small bombs. 10-kilometer radius minimum.
Yeah, China. If China
Chinese bomb would fail.
If China enters like Taliban, they have like a long history of crackers, but then they would move to bombs. Yeah, we've been bursting Chinese crackers since our childhood.
Yeah,
so
since childhood.
We know Chinese love fireworks.
Yeah, they do. I mean, the Dragon Festival and the
Yuli Festival.
Yeah, that's killing of meat. Yeah.
Yeah, they kill dogs. The Afghanis fuck dogs.
Similarities.
Pretty similar.
Not gonna leave dogs behind. Gotta bring them with us. Gotta eat them. Gotta fuck them. Gotta live with them.
Yeah, see a whole fillet.
Yeah.
That's the stat. That's the plan.
That's it.
What do you do? What do you do? Yeah, I hope Joe Biden does something about this.
Joe Biden, I do hope United Nations has proved to be useless. Useless.
I don't want to talk about that.
United Nations is acting pretty useless.
United Nations condemns everything.
We condemn the attack.
Yeah,
all war should stop.
United Nations has released a report that this is a war crime. Oh my god.
Oh my.
Something needs to be done.
All of you right there doing model United Nations. I mean,
model United Nations is a model version of United Nations which doesn't do anything.
Okay, so I have myself did a lot of MUNs. We call it MUN. Okay, so
MUNs.
MUN. That's an abbreviated form of Model United Nations. So that's United Nations is now a mockery to world peace after what has happened.
Yeah, MUNs got so famous. United Nations became one.
Okay, so I did a lot of MUNs and I feel somewhat ashamed because of what I felt a UN conference would look like versus what we used to do. We used to milk out. Now, every MUN in Delhi or NCR would milk Afghanistan topic. They would milk it all out.
For nothing.
Send for 2,000 rupees. You're going into a conference for acting like some delegate of some country.
What the fuck is happening?
I'm from Cambodia and I commend this attack.
What the fuck is happening?
I mean, okay, so you want to debate, right? You want some real shit. Do follow an organization that does things about it. Not UN. It doesn't do shit. We saw it very recently. We saw it in the case of Iran. We saw it in the case of who's that leader? Saddam Hussein.
We see it every day.
We see it every time. UN does nothing.
UN condemns the Kashmir violence, or you do nothing about that. UN condemns Afghanistan. Why do we give a fuck about what you condemn?
Exactly. So just don't. UN is a mockery. Don't follow that.
UN condemns Uyghurs killing. Wow. UN condemns North Korea.
Did they stop it? No, that's not even on their agenda to stop it. I mean, without Uyghurs, okay. So if there is no crime, then what will police do? Exactly.
It's a headline. It's a news. Yeah, some bad thing happened. UN condemns it. Oh, this is serious now. Now something needs to be done now because the UN has condemned it. UN has condemned it. Okay, now it's endgame. Now it's endgame.
Taliban ruk ja.
What the fuck is that? Yeah.
UN ne bol diya hai.
Stop this. What the fuck?
In today's time, with all due respect to the father of our nation, Mahatma Gandhi, with all due respect to all people, following his ideology, I today believe that the Gandhian way of solving out matters is outdated now. If somebody slaps you, you do not bring your second cheek forward. It's not the time for that. I mean, we cannot. People protesting in front of Taliban, they get shot.
The thing is, what Gandhi did was not just saying, okay, give me another slap. I condemn this.
Yeah.
He acted out in disobedience. He said no in front of your face. If Nelson Mandela saw apartheid and said, this is very sad, I condemn this. What the fuck is going to happen? Nothing is going to happen.
I'm just not saying that violence is the end, is the solution to all these problems.
You need to do something.
But you need to do something. Sitting there, protesting. I mean, civil disobedience was a big thing back in time.
Yeah.
Non-cooperative movement.
Going for a walk from one city to another to support climate change.
No, that's not going to work.
That's no.
Make a law.
No.
September 2020 will see ban of all one-time use plastic in India.
2022,
sorry, yeah. In September 2022.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a strong move. That's a ballsy move.
Yeah, that's
my family belongs from the plastic industry, and we have friends, like, we do not manufacture one-time use plastic. We have a different outset towards that. But yeah, we have relations and networks in industry that produce one-time plastic spoons, forks, sporks, plates, cups and all that, water cups, and they all are like losing their shit. I mean, it had to be done. Industries may go out of work, but that's how you save climate. Instead, they are looking out for better alternatives now.
Yeah, and then the UN says like a one-time plastic is killing the environment.
Yeah, they're killing turtles because they get in the nose.
Just sending it out in the universe.
Yeah.
just saying it into the universe. Like one-time plastic would kill us.
Okay, the thought is there.
The thought is out.
Yes.
The vibration of the universe.
The good vibe tribe.
What the fuck?
UN is useless. We hope Biden does something about it very strongly because you're called superpower for a reason. And let's just hope.
Or just impeach the guy.
Impeach the guy and bring something new. And there is nothing good about Taliban. A request to all my liberal friends.
I mean, they're holding a press conference.
Yeah, killing 15 people. Now say, holding a press conference.
Yeah, no, I saw this on Twitter.
Okay, so you say they're holding a press conference.
Someone said, at least they're holding a press conference.
I mean, that's the shittiest thing you could say about Taliban. That's the shittiest thing. Rating women, rating kids.
No, but at least there's a press conference.
Wow, what a big deal. Press conference with a female wearing a hijab that wasn't, that she was wearing her Okay, so there was this female reporter, I forgot her name, white American Al Jazeera reporter. She was wearing Western clothes the day before Kabul was being taken over. The next day she was interviewing Taliban where the guy laughed and said turn off the camera, and she was in a hijab.
Is she alive?
I don't know about that, but she was in a hijab. Okay, so you want a press conference like that in a hijab where you feel hijab is empowerment or something, I don't know, but in a hijab where there are guns around you and you can be killed anytime, and we don't even know if she's alive or not, and we are pretty active on this case, but again we don't know if she's alive or not. So you don't want these things to happen.
Yeah, you want a press conference. Ask me a question.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, how shitty can you be? Raping
you're free to ask me anything. Just go ahead.
What is your name? I'm not gonna reveal my identity. That in the movie Dictator. Have you seen that? Have you seen? He goes like this and says, killing. And that's pretty much it. So with that, let's conclude.
Yeah, we'll go back to cryptocurrency now.
We've been, itching. Our hands have been itching a lot to come back to that topic, and
we talk about something good now.
Yeah,
it's been way too long. North Korea, Afghanistan. I think
2 episodes. Okay, so one episode needs to be some tech, finance.
Either we get very sad, or either someone will cancel us about having fun over this.
Yes. There is nothing in between. And with that, we'd like to conclude our today's episode, and thank you so much for joining us for this absolutely ridiculous, epic,
for this bomb episode
on Afghanistan and UN being a mockery to the world. And we hope you enjoyed, and thank you for investing your valuable time with us. We hope to see you soon again on the same platform with same time. And till then, stay safe. Stay safe and party responsibly.
Don't party, man. What the fuck?